Last week, the Southern Poverty Law Center's founder, Morris Dees, was canned under mysterious circumstances. Dees' organization exists to tar all enemies of the Democratic Party as hate groups, racist, sexist, bigots who should not be allowed to speak in this country or make a living. They should be disappeared. So it does seem a little fitting, then, that apparently Dees was fired amid allegations that his own organization was rife with racism and sexism. But it turns out this is nothing new. All the way back in 1994, the Montgomery Advertiser, the paper in town, reported on a hostile racial climate inside the SPLC. This group has been rotten for years. Why are people just now noticing? Tyler O'Neill is a senior editor at PJ Media, and he joins us tonight. Tyler, thanks so much for coming on. So I guess we've known for 25 years that the Southern Poverty Law Center had a racism problem inside its own offices, but we still treat it like it's legitimate?
That's an excellent question. The story actually is really, really bad. You had 13 black former employees of the SPLC interviewed. 12 of them said they witnessed racist incidents in their time there, and 3 of them called the organization a plantation for its black workers.
What, did the SPLC put itself on its own list of hate groups?
No, although they did fire their co-founder. The interesting thing is, it wasn't just the Montgomery Advertiser in 1994. 2 years ago, in 2017, we had former employees go onto the website Glassdoor and talk about their experiences facing racial discrimination. There are apparently 100 lawyers and advocates of the SPLC. Only 5 of them are black. There were black employees who worked there for 12 years, and yet none of them were elevated to senior leadership.
I'm not surprised. What I am that they're living as they accuse other people of living. Of course they are. What I am surprised by is the fact that news organizations, big ones, New York Times, CNN, certainly NBC News, take SPLC press releases and report them as if they're news. At this point, knowing what we know, can they continue to do that?
Well, it's a biased left-wing smear factory. It's gone way down. I mean, back in the day, they sued the KKK and made life better for black Americans. But today, they list conservative and Christian organizations as hate groups, as you've mentioned. Majid Nawaz, you know, they had to pay him $3.375 million.
Majid Nawaz, who's obviously an anti-Muslim bigot, you can tell by his name. He's actually a great guy and a valuable voice, I would say, in this conversation. But how can news organizations get away with pretending that they are a credible source of news?
It's the liberal bias. They can't see it. And that's actually one of the positive things. If the SPLC hires more black leaders, there's a possibility, because blacks tend to be more Christian and believe evangelical beliefs at a higher rate than whites do. There's a chance that some of those new black leaders could know that Christianity is not anti-LGBT hate.
But possibly. I mean, it's hard to see how anything could redeem the SPLC or Media Matters, both of which are cited relentlessly by the press, which really isn't even trying.
Oh, and its companies, too.
Anymore. Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah, we talked about it before.
Tyler O'Neill, it's so nice to see you tonight. Thank you for doing that.
My pleasure. Thanks, Tucker.